Hi, this is the very first YouTube video that I'm making, and I'm making this specifically because of the recent black girls aren't allowed party by that basketball player, uh, Kyrie Irving. Now, um, a lot of people are upset, and this received a lot of press and social media, etc. And as a black man, this the furor over this interracial dating needs to kind of be put into perspective. I'm not saying it should die down. It should be put into perspective. A lot of black women are upset um, when they see rich black men dating white women. But you have to recognize something very, very simple: that none of this is real, right? I mean, you're seeing these stories for one reason and one reason only, and that is to upset you, to make you feel emotional, and to make you lash out. That's it. If you look at the statistics in 2014, and I'll put a link to this under the video. In 2014, um, you know, you can see that black men, only 14% married a white woman, right? Only 14%. And um, really, in 2014, only 7% had one, a non-black spouse. So I guess that would be the divorce rate being around 50% there. But it's only 7% that has a non-black spouse. So that leaves 93% of black men available. And black women only married non-black men 6% in 2014, and only 4% still had that white spouse. So it's kind of like, to me, the transgender issue. We're getting in a furor, or the gay issue. We're getting into a furor, or we're whipping up a lot of emotions based on a very small percentage of the population. There's a lot of problems that need our more immediate attention than this one. It's almost like a red herring, right? I mean, there's at least 30 million black people in the United States, and only 7% of them, the males, are married to a non-black woman. So, recognize that if you're not married to a black man, it's not because he's married to a white woman. That's not the case. It's not because they're in jail, because there's only about 2 million people in jail in the entire United States. I mean, that's a lot, but it's nowhere close to 30 million, right? So there's 30 million black people. About half of those guys are males. Those people are males, roughly. So, you're looking at 15 million people, at least. Then you have to break it down into age. But what I'm trying to say is that if you're focusing on the black men who are married to, or dating, or sleeping with white women, then your focus is on the wrong place. What you need to focus on, and this is a general principle in all life, you need to focus on what you can change and what's going to make the largest impact. Now, this will depend on what your goals are. If your goals are merely to get married to a black man, well, that's easy. All you have to do is change yourself to be what black men want. And if you do that, you're guaranteed to get married to a black man. It's almost, not hard. It's not difficult to get together with a black man, because men are naturally attracted to women. So it's not something that, if you're doing the right things, it's going to happen. It's like catching the bus. If you want to catch the bus, you got to get to the bus stop on time. If you're late, you miss the bus. It's that simple, right? So you need to focus on what you can do and stop focusing on things that make you feel as if you can't do anything. The worst feeling you can have in life is that you're powerless, because it's a lie. You're not powerless. You have plenty of power to affect the change that you want to see. All you have to do is focus on what you can change. And you'll find that making the changes is actually pretty easy. I can go into what you can do to make yourself more attractive, or whatever, but the point of this video is to just dispel the idea, the myth, that black men are swirling at high numbers. Now, you can deal with this large number, because 7% is a pretty large number, but that has more to do with white supremacy, racism, and black men's reaction to it than it does, um, you know, hatred of black women. There's a lot of trolls online, people who are paid, who their day job is to go on YouTube, go on forums, and to incite uh, intraracial hatred and anger. In other words, anger between black men and black men, black men and black women, black women and black women. There are people, white people especially, who are paid to do this. So you need to recognize that. Every time you read a YouTube comment that's hurtful, or even every time you see a YouTube video, I mean, there are paid black people whose only job is to stir up controversy. Remember that. It's a government sponsored program. So you can't be naive here. You can't just look at a comment and think, oh, all people think this way, or all black men think this way. And also, you have to remember too that, black women don't have any sort of hold on being hurt. Everyone gets hurt. Black men too. And so, just like black women lash out, black men lash out. You have to understand that. If you want to heal, now if you just want to be angry and you want an excuse to date out, well, you got it. But you should never do things for that reason. You should only do things because you genuinely want to do them. If you want to date a white person, date a white person. But that's not something that you need to look for an excuse for. You shouldn't need to, at least. If you do, then you don't know what you want, and it would be smart to figure it out first before you start doing stuff. But it's just important to keep everything that I've said in perspective. Keep everything that you're seeing in perspective, because it's not, like, get off the internet. I pass by black women every day. I say hi to them, they say hi to me, there's no problem. Most of the stuff that you're seeing on the internet is only on the internet. There's millions of us. You can't possibly think that, well, because you see a few black men on YouTube talking negatively and saying bad things, that's how everybody feels. See, they know that you're emotional. They know that you're going to make emotional arguments. You're going to see that, and you're going to be emotionally affected, and that's going to affect your thinking. But you need to come out of that, because it's just not true. You'll be basing your emotions off of propaganda, off of lies. And it's important, especially at this time, critical time, that you focus on what you can do to improve your lot in life. Right? I could make a video about what you can do to improve yourself, but the only thing that you really need is to change yourself, to be the change you want to see. If you want black men to be nicer to black women, be nice to black men. I know you're thinking, well, why should I have to be nice? Because you get back what you put out. That's why. If you put out anger and nastiness, then that's what you get back. Try it. Spend 1 week being mean to everybody that comes by. When someone says hi to you, just look away or snarl at them. And then the next week, spend the entire week being nice to everyone you pass by. See the difference in your results. You have to be the change that you want to see. And if you do that, see, this is what people don't understand. The more people do this, the better things get, because everyone's changing themselves. And so when you meet someone who's changed themselves, it works.